Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, August 12th, and I am joined tonight by Boomy at BoomyTCF on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLiliaTCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. If you want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, just type in typical Chicago fans and just press the follow button on there. I think actually on Facebook, it's the like button. On Instagram, it's the follow, so I apologize for that. But if you would like to follow and like us on both of those pages, please do that. And then please go over to the YouTube page and subscribe. We're up to about 67, Boomy said. So we'll hopefully get to 70 here in the next few days. So subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page and wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review. If it is Spotify, follow. And if you are the one follower on Spreaker, thank you to Boomy's uncle.
Shout out Uncle Kyle, man.
Shout out. Boomy, how we doing tonight?
Man, well, played some softball tonight. You had your games. I played team. My team's, we don't win a lot, but we have a good time, and it was good getting out with the boys and just chopping it up. Obviously, a little bit different situation with the Blackhawks, but we'll get into that. Got to give a quick shout out to a very, very loyal listener. Our condolences go out to Pat Beals and his family. You've heard us mention him many, many times. Pat's mother passed away this morning.
Every single podcast show we do.
Yeah, and it always gives constructive criticism. So we won't rag on the White Sox tonight as much as we normally do. But our condolences go out to Pat Beals and his family. So.
Yes, very well said, Boomy. Like I said, Pat's been the most loyal fan I think we've had throughout all of this. He's listened to every podcast, every morning show, everything we do, all the food reviews, and he always gives us great criticism. Sometimes too, it's a criticism that we all. He keeps us in line as being the White Sox fan. He keeps us Cub fans in line. So, like I said, condolences to his family. But Boomy, shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. I forgot about them. Go to 26shirts.com. We are in the process of working on the promo code, but we want to give them a shout out. They are soon to be the big sponsor of the podcast, and soon to hopefully get the attention of all typical Chicago fans, and we will get that promo code out there.
Here's what you got to do, guys. Go to their website today. Pick out a shirt that you like, figure something out. Like if you want the shirt, the long sleeve, the hat, the flag, whatever, mystery shirts, if they got them there, you get it ready so that when we get the promo code, you pop on it. So it's already in your cart. You know what you want. And then you get that promo code. When we put that out here in the, next, upcoming days or so, then you pop on it then. So get ready.
Good call, Booming. Good call. Go over to 26shirts.com, look at the shirts they got, and we'll get you. Make sure you get the cart ready for when we get that promo code, the discount code for you, and then you'll be helping us out as our loyal supporters. But Boomy, let's get into the first topic. Unfortunately, it was not the start we wanted to for the series for the Blackhawks. They go down 4-1. It was never really close. Quick 2-0. 2-0. They went down 2-0 very quickly. But we all know that the two goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. The Blackhawks got back 2-1, but then they just couldn't get it going from there. It's a long series though. I think it's a 7-game series, right?
Yeah.
So we got a while to go here. Thank goodness it's the last 9:30 game, and at least until Game 6.
Yeah, look at us. We both look terrible because it's damn near 1 a.m. But
Yeah, we always look terrible. So
well, that's true. That's true. I'm looking at myself on video, and I mowed the yard today, and my allergies are going nuts. I look like I'm on drugs or something, but I promise it's just allergies. But yeah, man, you nailed it though. The Blackhawks only had 20 shots on goal tonight, and they did get one in. Crawford, saw 33 shots, saved 29 of them, and Matt nailed it on the head. I mean that that Vegas team is just physical. They just give it to you. They proved it. The Blackhawks only got 20 shots on goal because of that
And they
pressure.
were they were getting hit against the boards every chance they got.
Everywhere.
They were even saying on the broadcast that they are the most physical team in the league.
Absolutely.
Literally the most hits for any team in the league. I think they have a guy on there who has the most hits in the league.
Yeah.
So this will be a physical series. I'm not worried right now. But we are finding out that we're all excited to not have to play Colorado, but I think we're gonna have a tough series here with the Vegas Knights. They're a good team.
Yeah, I mean, and we kind of mentioned that it's not like Vegas or Colorado was going to be walks in the park. It's just that Colorado's super hot right now, and they're going to get back in the swing of things. But it's game one. Like you said, it's the last late night game for the Blackhawks. And yeah, I know it's in a different time zone, but think about this. The game before them that was on TV, didn't that go 5 overtimes?
Oh, the game before that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you hope you just throw that one in the trash, you move on and learn from hopefully the next game you come out and you get more than 20 shots on goal. Cause that felt like, the big bully in junior high picking on the little kid for a little while. And don't get me wrong, it was good that they got the one goal in, but man, they just looked unmatched there tonight. It was tough to watch at times, especially with seeing so few shots on goal.
But the nice thing is we know we have playoff veterans on this team. We're going to go back out there. I think they play – so tonight's Tuesday. They play Thursday. I think pretty much Thursday afternoon. It's like a
Thursday at 4:30.
4:30?
4:30, yeah.
So a nice little turnaround there. That'll be a nice little 4:30 game. But said, that this team they'll prepare the same. It's not going to phase them. They're going to keep it moving. That this team they've been in so many playoff games, so many big playoff games that I'm excited. I'm still excited for the whole thing. But it was a tough first game, but we're gonna move on from there. The Cubs were back tonight in Cleveland. They win 7-1. John Lester looking good. This offense looking like they're picked back up where they were. They lost Thursday night last week against the Royals, which was kind of one of those ones you just wish you could have gotten back to playing Friday and you get back into it, but they had to wait all the way until Tuesday. But they didn't waste time. 7-1. They look good. Jason Hayward with another home run, which is
3 hits tonight.
3 hits, looking good. Ian Happ playing very well this season.
Yeah.
I think he will be your center fielder throughout the whole time.
But he's been a completely different player under David Ross than he was under Joe Madden, and I don't know how much you contribute to the change in leadership, but he's playing well, and I also
think it is one of those things. He was starting at the end of last year, couldn't get into it too much. He went down to spring training before that, and he really did work at it, and you can kind of show it's really showing right now. And I think that Ian Happ is going to be our hopefully long-term center fielder here for the next few years.
Yeah, I don't. If he continues to play like this, I'm all in on Ian Happ. I just hope he doesn't find those. Right now, I think he's at a peak in his playing ability. I hope he doesn't dip down and find the valley that he did last year, because that early part of the season was tough to watch. But I think he's bounced back very well, and he's played very well this season. I'm very pleased with what he's done. Javi Baez with another 2 hits tonight. Like you said, Happ had 2, Hayward had 3, Kipnis with a nice hit. I mean, they had 11 hits tonight. You can't complain about that. And especially, we talked about this a little bit. Mike Clevenger gets bumped from his start. And so you have to make those last-minute adjustments, and the Cubs did it well. I mean, that's a nice win on the road. We'll take that all day.
Oh, yeah, like I said, getting back there after a weird 4 days off. You weren't expecting it, but you got a nice little rest. John Lester, always a good quality start from him. That always makes you feel good going here into the next. You just never know. You never know what you're going to get sometimes from Lester, and it was a good one tonight. I think that's what you've been getting kind of throughout the year. He's been pretty solid throughout this year. I think he has 1 year option left with it's the Cubs option on his contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right.
I think he has to. I think it's one of those things if he gets to a certain amount of innings or something like that, or strikeouts or something within stats. I think it will maybe extend it or give them the option.
Wouldn't mind 1 more year. I think he's got 1 more year.
He was one of the first big. That was a long contract for a pitcher at that point when he signed it.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
The White Sox, they go into Detroit, get back on track, win 8-4. Eloy with a nice little 3-run homer. Their offense gets going again. It's always nice to be able to go down to Detroit.
Detroit's playing well, man. Detroit's
never mind. That was one of the ones we talked about yesterday in the podcast. They're first in the division, right? It's like them and the Marlins.
I know they're up there. They're a half a game out of first place now. When we recorded yesterday,
apologies to me. I forgot that was one of the teams that are playing well. Are the Twins playing well?
Yeah, the Twins are 11-7, and then the
White
Tigers
Sox are right around 500, right?
They are exactly 500.
They're 9-9. Okay,
yep.
That's what I thought. The White Sox, they said, get back on track. Yeah, I guess you're in. Like I said, I was just very confused by all the madness.
Off of it.
What?
You got to build momentum off of it, especially with a young team, And like I said, Detroit's playing good. If they can continue to roll a couple wins up and get rolling, they're going to be okay. But you also worry about with them being a young team, not being able to do that. And I believe it was. Keuchel, who kind of ripped guys apart for their effort in some of those games in the media and stuff. So maybe that's kind of what they need to light the fire under their ass. So we'll see.
I saw some tweets like it kind of looked like Moncada was kind of playing a little bit like he wasn't really into it the last few series.
Yeah, there was definitely some shots taken through the media by some guys or the other guys. But hey, I mean, that's how you teach those guys.
But that's the problem, and you can't blame the players. You can blame the front office. Is they left Ricky Renteria in there. Now that the fans have kind of went the other way on him, they're kind of that makes you not want. That makes you just want to get through this little season and knowing that hopefully at the end of it you'll get rid of him. So I think that they should have made that move before. I know it sounds stupid.
They knew what Rick Renteria was. This is not a surprise to anybody that's been around.
You knew what this year was going to bring. If you know he's not going to be your long-term coach, why would you let him be there for the first year of Luis Robert, the first year of Nick Madrigal, the second year of Eloy and all that? Why would you not want a new guy in there a fresh face that you're going to see? You're going to. He's not been in the long-term plans ever.
It's very similar to what the Bulls are going through right now. I believe that Robin Ventura may be getting paid some money, so maybe they just didn't want to pay a third coach.
You know what I mean, though? It's one of those things you start, even as a player, you start hearing it from the media, you start hearing it from the fans, and you're like, one of those things, well, maybe I should this season needs to get over with.
Yeah, and it sucks. But hopefully they can continue to build, get those guys going because they are. And we've said this a million times. We tear the White Sox apart, but they're a talented baseball team, and they just
they're good. They're a good offense. They're a good team. I want them to be good. I want there to be a two good Chicago baseball teams. But I just feel like if you look at it right now, they should have made a move, and I think it's going to really ruin this season. And that's just one more year that you are going to waste of this good team, of this good offense.
Yep. Couldn't agree more.
Some really, really, really sad news. The Big Ten and Pac-12 have canceled their football season.
Postponing it to the spring.
It was one of those things everyone kept going, oh, the Big Ten got a lot of pushback. Maybe they're not going to do it. Maybe they're not going to do it. Yeah, they did it. They're going to cancel. Pac-12 is, I think, canceled all fall sports.
Yeah.
And they keep saying that they're going to push it back to spring. But then if you really think about it, how many players you're going to get to be able to play? Because you're going to have to play pretty much 2 seasons in the same year. That's just not going to work.
Yeah, you're going to see if it does work, it's going to be 2 shortened seasons, and that's, who wants that?
Because it kind of just makes our argument that we had last night make no sense because literally all you have to say is there's not going to be no way there can be 2 football seasons in 1 year. That's literally the only argument you can have with that.
That's not logistically going to happen. I mean,
unless they cancel the second and they make it, unless they make it only spring and not have another fall, it just makes no sense.
Well, think about this, Zach. If you go a shortened conference only season for the next 2 seasons, you might be able to in the spring and then in the fall, but it would have to be, they wouldn't be starting college football games till probably October, a year from, you know what I'm saying, in the coming fall 21, because it would have to be a shortened.
It doesn't make any sense that it's going to work. It won't work.
Yeah, and I've tried to be as positive about this, and I still find it very, very a slim chance that there is even a spring season. Especially they've had 5 months.
And like I said, it's not that I don't. They could make a spring season work, probably, maybe, but it's just they're not going to be able to make it work and then have another season. Like they're going to have to pick one or the other.
That's a logistical nightmare, man. And like we talked about last night, the product on the field is not going to be as good, especially those guys getting ready for the NFL draft. I'm glad I don't have to make the decision because it sounds like a nightmare.
The SEC and I think the ACC both say they're going to stand pat on what they have right now. They're going to go. I think it's like a 10-game season. I think they have, and it's sometime within September. But they are at this point going to play. Nebraska keeps trying to say that they're going to play at some point this year. I think Iowa was the other team that voted against postponing it, so they're maybe going to go play somewhere else. Ohio State wants to play. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's already crazy enough, but like, I just don't see. I just don't see how you can make it work. And everyone keeps saying, well, some campuses are going to have students on campus, but so are other campuses are not going to have. Yeah. And like, it's just I don't think you can't make sense of it without paying every single player.
Infuriating that they've had 5 months to figure out some sort of plan, and they just,
And that was the big reason why I was so against
the other night. That it's and you know this, you're told that you have a month to do an assignment, and then you literally wait till the last day. That's exactly what you're doing.
It's me in high school. I was told I had a book report due in a month, and I did it literally at the day before. So it's one of those things. It's like, last night, like the Big Ten came out with their information. Then they kind of got pushed back, and they're like, oh, what should we do? What should we do? Did we do the right thing? And then they come back again, and they're like, we're not going to do it. It's like, just get a firm stance here.
Yeah, a lot of, dipping your toes in the water.
The next few weeks here is going to be crazy to see what college football is actually going to be, if there's going to be an SEC if there's going to be a football season without the Big Ten and the Pac-12, is that going to happen? And then if that happens, are they going to maybe change their stances?
Like, Ohio State can just choose to leave the Big Ten. It's like, you guys know that's not going to happen. Like,
so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'll be very honest. I like college football. I prefer college football. It's just I've always been a college football guy. But like NCAA, now that you've realized that like you screwed this up so bad, can you really, really work and make sure we get college basketball at some point? Because I will lose my freaking mind if we don't have college basketball. That's my bread and butter, man. That's my favorite thing. And if we don't have that, I'm going to be so sad.
Me too, Boomy. But Boomy, let's try to end on a little. I never know where this is going to go. But Boomy's wacky web story. What you got, Boomy?
All right, buddy. You play some scratchers. You play the lotto every once in a while, right?
I love to. If there's ever like a scratch off lottery ticket at the at the checkout, I'm always a sucker for it. I usually get one.
Well, I have found a purchase in the COVID world that you may be interested if you hit one of those scratchers, and that is a custom-made coronavirus mask that is encrusted with gold, diamonds, and is the most expensive coronavirus mask on the market, running a very light price tag of $1.5 million.
Get out of here. That's one of those that you have too much money if that's the case what you're buying.
It is an Israeli jewelry company that are making the most expensive mask for coronavirus. It is 18 karat white gold mask decorated in 3,600 black and white diamonds. It is pretty good looking, but 1.5 milli is insane. It actually almost looks fake. Looking at the picture, but I'm telling you, man, you hit that scratch off, and we're gonna have to keep wearing masks. If you pop on like a $40 million ticket, you might have to.
That's the furthest thing from my mind that I would want to buy.
You know that they're just making that for some like Saudi prince because he has more money than God. So, but yeah, if you're in the market and you need to upgrade your mask game because all the COVID procedures, you can get your diamond encrusted one for a cool 1.5 mil. So,
well, we'll see a little post show here. It's about 1 a.m. We both played softball tonight. It was fun though. We played a little softball. It was
Always a good time.
a beautiful night out. But unfortunately, we stayed up to watch the Blackhawks lose. But that's always, like I said, we were talking about it today at the softball game. I was talking with some guys. I would rather be staying up late doing this podcast, watching the games, than not doing that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
I've sat around enough for the last 2-3 months here with no sports, nothing fun to do,
Well,
nothing
think
to
about
talk
it.
about on the morning show. Just now we're back. I don't care if we had to stay up till 2:30 in the morning. It's worth it.
Exactly. Think about all the extra sleep we've gotten because we don't have to stay up till 10:30, 11. So, maybe we go to bed a little bit earlier than we normally would. So it feels good to be back and having the bloodshot eyes from, staying up
Yeah, it
watching
makes you feel
hockey.
good in
But
the morning. It makes you feel accomplished. Even though you lost,
I,
it was still fun.
I did delve into one of your favorite hobbies, mowed the yard today. So that was a good time, man.
So did I.
I feel like I enjoy mowing the yard a little bit more every time I do it. So
I would if I
had to
didn't have a push mower. It takes away from the
Yeah,
fun.
I push mode a little too much, and that's when my allergies get going a little crazy. If I do it on the right or the whole time, I'm
I got
okay.
one of
But
those
I gotta,
push mowers that it kind of goes itself. You just gotta push one of the bars. But
yeah.
funny story about that. I don't know what happened, but the string that you pull went underneath the blade, and it knocked the piece
How is
off
that
that you
possible?
do. So what I did was I could start it, and then I would tie it around the little piece that would go to, and it would just work perfectly fine.
Hey, man, that's ingenuity. I love it.
Genius there.
It is. It is.
There we go. But this has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, August 12th. I've been joined by Boomy at BoomyTCF on Twitter. I am at ZLilyTCF on Twitter. That is not my real name. And then
We
on
can legally change it to that, though.
that'd be goofy.
That would be.
Main page at @typical_Chicago. Go on to Instagram and follow us on there. Type in Typical Chicago Fans, and go to Facebook and like the Facebook page, Typical Chicago Fans. Go over to YouTube. We're trying to get to 70 here in the next few days, so go over to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. Subscribe on there. Watch all of our videos. We got TCF Morning Show, the podcast, the food reviews. So go check that out, and then wherever you get your podcast from. If it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review. And if it's Spreaker, follow us on there.
Somebody's got to jump in on Spreaker so that my Uncle Kyle is not the only guy. He can't be that lonely.
In a way, that's kind of cool.
It is at the same time, but it's like, man, someone join this guy, help him, be Spreaker buddies or something. I don't know. I don't know much about Spreaker.
Shout out to 26shirts.com. Go over there, get your carts ready for the TCF promo code that will be coming out here in the next few days, hopefully. So shout out to 26shirts.com. Follow them on all social medias. Anything else, Boomy?
Hey, man, Blackhawks are back at it on Thursday. Cubbies are back at it today. Let's keep the wins rolling.
Yeah, it feels good. Got the Cubs back. Hopefully, we don't have to go through any of this BS again. And we do play the Cardinals here in the next, I think, at least week or so. So
Yeah,
maybe we'll have to go back through it. But I'm happy to get the Cubbies back.
Yep, it's always a good day to be alive when the Cubs are playing baseball. I can't complain about it.
Oh yeah. Well, this has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, August 12th. We love you all.
Peace.